I head towards Rin Tosaka to thank her for her hint on how to remove the reality marble. It was a simple trick, but writing my name on my hand kept me from disappearing into oblivion. How'd it go? Were you able to put Malice's reality marble back in her toy box? Thanks to Tosaka, I dispelled the reality marble that Alice's servant had put in place. Actually, I have something else I want to talk to Rain about, and that is Alice's strength. Considering how adept Rain is at using magic through machines, she might know more about Alice. Abnormal? Well, I couldn't sense any foul play from here on campus. Perhaps our servant is skilled at building alternate worlds, but frankly, the magic needed would overload a human brain and magic circuits. Still, servants have to be fueled somehow. Otherwise, they would just be very powerful objects at rest that tend to stay at rest. What if Tosaka says if what Tosaka says is true, then whatever Alice is, it isn't human. I've heard that the data of dead people in Seraph manifest like ghosts on occasion. Dead person's data? There's no ghosts on Mooncell apart from those recorded on Earth. Humans don't die here, so the only virtual ghosts are echoes of angry hackers etched into electrons. Isn't it obvious? People aren't really alive here, so why would their ghosts be here? There aren't any people in here, either living or dead, just magi who have bonded their magic circuits to the virtual world and hacked in like Green. Even if masters die, this isn't the place where their spirits will haunt. The Mooncell deletes the data of the defeated masters, and it's thorough enough to not permit loose data. If data from any deceased person incorporates, it is immediately dismantled by the system. However, the point is this: ghosts can't be created here. If someone who qualifies as previously deceased might be permitted by the Mooncell. A ghost. Someone who's been dead since the very beginning. That's what she's talking about. Alright, no more chit chat. We're enemies, don't forget it. The thing about Rin Tosaka told me this afternoon in the afternoon. A cyber ghost. If that is the case, then the real world Alice is already. Not a very happy thought, is it? But if it's true, that child only exists as a soul. What are your thoughts on asking more about the subject in the chapel? If those sisters are knowledgeable enough to perform alterations of the soul, they may know about this. Go to the chapel? Not a bad idea. The sisters who do alterations of the soul might know something. I'll try to head over there later. Reality model that strips you of your identity? How intriguing. It's as if your libido rose up and erased your conscious mind. Yeah, that's probably how it works. The reality marble influences your unconscious mind. Okay, nothing new. I think he has a mark when she has something new. Reality marble? I've heard of it, but only in some weird thaumaturgical kind of thing. If you're talking about reality marbles, you won't see many servants use them. The servant must be really powerful to use a reality marble, the master too for that matter. Is that girl even human? If you seek knowledge, look no further than the books around you. They know many things. The word library doesn't do justice in this part. It's a veritable information bonanza. You can quickly reset the camera behind you by pressing X. Ah, no. Have you been monitoring your stats regularly? Select status from the terminal to see your current stat levels. You can see your name, nickname, experience index, level of equipment. Something you wish to ask me? You might want to ask one of your fellow masters about this. Okay. A reality marble. My apologies, that is outside my expertise. I do not know. To To me, the arena is no different from any other place. Also, thanks to my servant, any low-rank enemies I come across, I turn and run when they see me. Okay, I finally got used to this place. I can run and fight without wanting to hurl. Now I have to worry about my servant wanting to drag me around everywhere. Yeah, I thought Toko would be the one to talk about. You're not here for an alteration? Then what are you here for? To take advantage of my free time? When I tell her I'm not looking for an alteration, Toko Ozaki responds with irritation. Before her mood entirely sours, I ask her about who Alice is thinking about ghosts. Ghosts, well, isn't this quaint? Toko Ozaki becomes more animated and she turns my way and says more. What we perform on servants through their masters is a mod to their magical circuits. We sculpt your spiritual bodies in a way that maximizes the flow of energy from master to servant. I've seen those Alice girls plenty. It's not for me to say whether they're twins, but from what I can see, the girl is what people call a ghost. She's indeed a cyber ghost. She'd have no bodily limitations to her magic circuits. Without a brain to burn out, she would have no limits. Even if her soul started to break apart, she would continue to spew magic until it all burned out. Still, for a ghost to utilize so much magic, she needed an excellent compatibility for a servant. Do you know her servant's class? Recalling that brute, I conclude that it must be Berserker. That is what I answer. Berserker? Are you sure you aren't mistaken? This servant is using large-scale reality marble, right? That's not a Berserker style. A reality marble is highly advanced thaumaturgy. So if you think about it, a caster makes more sense. I'm sure there is more to the story, though. Berserker wouldn't use a reality marble? What does that mean? But if that's true, then what in the world is Alice's servant? I haven't solved the mystery of the twins, but I think I know that Alice is special. Are you done asking questions? Then I'll get back to work. It may not look like it, but I'm busy. What I wouldn't give for a nice, talented underling who can make a good pot of coffee. After that, Toko Ozaki becomes absorbed for papers, tuning out everything around her. That's my cue to get lost. I offer a slight bow to Toko Ozaki and leave the chapel. Uh-oh, it's the mister! I don't ever want anything bad to happen to us again. Come on, Alice, let's run away. Uh-huh, let's run away now. Where should we go? I want to read a story, Alice. I want to too. Let's read a story, Alice. Alice must have run away from me. It would be good for me to speak to Alice about cyber ghosts. I need to find where she ran off to. I'm guessing the library? Just a guess? Did you say reality marble? They do exist, just not often. Hey, pull out victory, okay? It'll make things easier for me in the future. Reality marble is a high-level thaumaturgy that only elementals, demons, or gifted magi can perform. If you ask me, I'd say Alice's servant is a legendary soul who's extremely talented magus. Beautiful bespectacled girl was here earlier, eating delicious curry bread. She kept mumbling to herself about how she never had anything like it before in her life. Wow, just wow. I never knew there were people like that, like her in the world. Did the white rabbit come this way? Did we mistake it for the March Hare? You're a March Hare. That's mean. And what are you gonna do after you catch the white rabbit? Off with its head. Uh-oh, run, bunny. Guess what? The white rabbit's here. Where? How do you know? Because it's been staring at us. Why is it staring? Why won't he come out and play? No, no, we have to play later. You're right, we'll see you later. We're looking forward to playing with you. Then in the blink of an eye, both Alices disappear. They're really amazing spirit hackers. Shinji would be nothing in comparison. They're in 1 second and gone the next, as if the system rules didn't apply to them at all. They're like ghosts. I can't see how I, or anyone else for that matter, could defeat them. That's when I realized there's a piece of paper near my foot. I'm trying to read it. And as in thought, it stood the Jabberwock with eyes of... I know it's backwards. Just having issues reading it properly. Whatever. It's gibberish. Should I ask Toko Ozaki again? I might learn something. Oh, it's you again. I'm busy now. Keep your questions short. I relate what just happened in the library and show her the code I picked up there. She frowns. I can with the quaint things. This is mirror writing. Anyone can read this with the aid of a mirror. And don't ask me for one. Find it yourself. A mirror. There must be a mirror somewhere. I better go find one. Were you saying a little bit ago that you thought your enemy servant was a berserker? Think again. A reality marvel is a tool used by servants with low combat ability. That's not a berserker style. So tell me, which came first, the berserker or the reality marvel? Words spark a realization. The berserker didn't exist before the reality marvel. They're one and the same. First I'll solve the mystery of this code. There must be a mirror somewhere around campus. Either ask another master or, you know, maybe go into the bathroom. There's bound to be a mirror in there, I'd imagine. That's right, the bathrooms. Now I think about it, I can use the mirror in the bathrooms. Heading to the girls' bathrooms is probably a bad idea. Okay, good. That's right. Alright. There's a mirror. I held up the code to the mirror and tried to read it. It turns out to be English. Let me see. In an uffish thought he stood, Jabberwock with eyes of flame, whiffled through the tulgey wood and barbled as it came. Yeah, that's why, because some of those words are weird. I forgot how Alice in Wonderland was written. 1, 2, 1, 2, the vorpal blade went crack. He left it dead with its head and went galumping back. Monster that gets decapitated with the vorpal blade. Jabberwock? The name of the monster written on the note Alice dropped. So that means that her friend's name, I wonder. Might be able to learn more if I head over to the library. No description of the Jabberwock in the literature encyclopedia. Should I read it? The Jabberwock is the titular monster of the poem Jabberwock by Lewis Carroll. The poem appeared in Through the Looking Glass. The poem portrays a nameless hero's quest to slay the fearsome beast. Oh, hello, mister. What you reading? Alice suddenly appears behind me. Alice used to like books with bunnies and mice, too. I'm going to ask Alice about this Jabberwock I read about. Is your servant's true name Jabberwock? Huh? The Jabberwock isn't a servant. The Jabberwock is my... Shh, Alice! It's no to talk about that. Huh? We have to go bye-bye now. We might wake up from the dream if we talk too much. Yep, see you later, mister. And they're gone. But I've learned that while the monster is in fact the Jabberwock, it's not their servant. If that's true, it's like Toko Ozaki says, and Alice's servant is actually... Black-clad Alice. What's more, that means servant Alice is a caster. Does it mean they're not twins? But that servant is a copy of the master. Although I haven't quite gotten to the heart of the matter, I think that I'm heading in the right direction. It feels like the truth is within arm's reach. So I guess all I can do is just grind or something for the rest of the day? I can't think of anything else that I can possibly do right now. Also, all that's left is the last part, which... I mean, since I'm not getting any more info, I mean, I already know who she is and everything. Look a bit more serious about things now that it's day 5. I think you got slapped around the arena by that Alice girl. Hope you'll make it far enough that we end up facing each other in the Coliseum. Yeah. Oh wait, target level 18. I guess I never noticed that part. So I'm supposed to be around level 18? Oh. Well, I'm 22 now, so... Anyways. Names to be uncovered in places still unknown. Fire-breathing dragons and cloud-sprouting demons. And magics that are monsters in the shadows. Maybe, just maybe, the words of adults are lies. The truth of all in Professor Dogson's minds. Small store of the Maddest Tea Party, checkered board in the Rainbow Meadow, the riddles of the Chatty Twins, but my favorite of all can only be this one, the invitation to the nameless forest where all can be forgotten. I think I'm fine. I don't think I need separate save files right now. Might become a problem later. I need to track down Alice and see if my theory is correct or not. I better do it as soon as I can. There isn't much time left. Hey, tomorrow's the elimination battle. Are you prepared? I'm so ready. I got my 2 cipher keys and I know the real name of my opponent's servant. Alright, let's rock this round. I figured the real name of my opponent's servant, so I'm taking a breather. How about you? Have you found out the real name of that little girl's servant yet? Do everything you can now, or you'll regret it later. Hey, listen. I came across my opponent in the arena. I pretended I was weak and gave a false real name and ran away. I'm excited for tomorrow. Sneaky bastard. I like it. Let me guess, you got nothing? Hmm? Yeah. Whatever. You're facing that Alice kid in the battle tomorrow. She's basically a walking, talking doll. Way creepy. Good luck, you'll need it. I don't get you. I don't want to talk to anyone. Especially before a fight. Pay at least a little attention to what's going on around you, huh? Should the HP of your servant be reduced to half their maximum, make sure to heal them ASAP. If you don't, you might unwillingly be setting your servant up for a gruesome demise. Trust you're keeping an eye on your servant's status. Open the status option in the terminal menu and press the L and R buttons. You can view your servant's skills by pressing square. Well, how many chunks of ice did you get me? Not that I'm complaining, mind you. And here you go, as promised, my beloved incense burner. Yield the power of maturity. Never mind. Now you have some old jank spirit. Some of that old jank spirit. Okay. My lovely servant will surely cut my next opponent in two. If you survive long enough to face him, he cut you in half too. Good luck with that. Have you figured out the real name of your opponent's servant yet? I know everything about my enemy now. My battle tomorrow should be a cakewalk. I need to go upstairs. I kind of forgot to do that. Whatever. I'll do it after chapel. It'll be yet another person's soul I'll have to offer flowers to. As much as I regret it, I'd rather not have flowers offered in my memory. Yep, Togo doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah, A rank! Oh, just so close. 2 more points and I get whatever that is.
如実に強くなった気がするぞ。そなたとのつながりも一段と良くなった。
Just gonna make sure she's not around the corner over here or anything. Okay, no. I tend to not check those spots, but there could always be someone just hiding over there for no reason. Tomorrow's your 3rd elimination battle. Do you have everything you need to win? If there's anything you need to do in the arena, do it now or your termination awaits you. Tomorrow's the elimination battle. Are you prepared? Myself, I have the machinations in place to win. My victory is assured by nature. That's all there is. Wondering what the multimedia room is, assuming it's not like some New Game Plus thing where you get to listen to the soundtrack or something. Check the commissionary first. If you stocked up on the commissionary, you can shop it on the final day, but why wait? Yeah, getting it all done and over with, yeah. I think I'm fine. Hey, I finally got the taste of the mana of the gods themselves, the super spicy bean curd. The exquisite scent, the subtle play of flavors, the way the spice is enhanced by the bean curd. It made me weep with its perfection. I can now die with nary a regret. Okay. Super spicy mapo tofu. Oh no. Yeah, okay, so something that I get, so some of the stuff that seems that it does get added. In terms of stuff like I have in stock, I think I'm fine. Oh, minuscule. Maybe I need some of that mapo tofu. It's not like I don't have the funds for it. Maybe I should buy this. If I get to keep all these things on New Game Plus, I'll need it eventually anyways. For when I play as Tamamo. Which won't be till the 3rd playthrough anyways, I guess. So technically I don't need it right now. Whatever. Oh, there's probably better... Yeah, there's probably a better one now that I think about it. I probably could have waited. Oh well. My enemy servant's true name is still a mystery to me, but I'll manage somehow. They seem pretty dinky when they attack me in the arena. I fought my opponent several times in the arena, but it'll be different in Coliseum. So I'm psyching myself up for an elimination bout, but practicing archery here. Huh. I don't see Alice anywhere. Unless he's right at the arena door. Which is more than likely the way the game's been doing that so far. Check over here just to be on the safe side. Yep, okay. Go into my room, save real fast, just in case. Because I don't want to miss some information or anything. Oh, there they are. Don't worry about me. Don't worry, darling. I will win. I'll survive for both of us. There she is. I can see her big poofy skirt at the end of the hallway. It's Alice. I have to question her. Who knows if she'll answer me, though. Is something wrong? You look all scowly. Alice looks puzzled. I blurt out what's in my head. Does your mirror... I am Alice through the looking glass. I am the story she reads. The answer catches me by surprise. My heart clenches in my chest. I am not Alice. I am Alice, servant of the girl called Alice. I am the friend that Alice wished for, and the Holy Grail granted. The Jabberwock is also my friend. Yes, but it is not a servant. Alice created it. That Alice is my servant. Alice is Alice. Alice is Alice. All this is disorienting. I'm not even sure which one I'm talking to. Mirror images. The two of them are mirror images of each other, reflections. Alice's dream takes shape in the mirror world. Story dreams, where her servant is the protagonist. So that's it. Her servant is the protagonist of her stories. No, a fanciful character turned warrior. The girl is grinning up to me, like none of this phases her. So then, see you tomorrow, mister. We'll play the best at games ever, together. Oh, I can't wait. Alice waltzes off, a smile playing innocently on her face. Can I defeat her? But if I don't win, I'll be the one to disappear. I glance at the arena door expectantly. I guess this is really all I can do. Go back inside. Maybe grind one more level if I really feel like it. Well, now we've come to learn the identity of that child before the elimination battle. She may be dead, but any sort of sympathy would be absurd, okay? She's an opponent you must fight. Just be on the safe side. I mean, level-wise, I think I'm pretty much fine. It was taking way too long to... Got to the very end of the area and only had, like, less than a quarter. Oh, forget he spooks you from right behind. Just like what he usually does. I turn towards the voice coming from behind me. He wears the clothes of a priest, which in the end only makes its snide tongue more jarring. Come to the first floor when ready. You can do something trifling like stop by the commissioner if needed. Apparently Finishy opens the door and lets himself out. Preparation for the elimination battle, I should go to the chapel and the commissionary. Or I could go to my personal room and sort out the information on my enemy servant. Then once that's in order, I'll go to where Konomine is. Okay, I don't have anything to level up. I think I'm fine on items, so it's basically just do the true name thing. It's time. If I don't overcome my smiling, precarious enemy, the flame of life that will be snuffed out as my own. Kill or be killed. Both choices are terribly cruel, but I cannot lose. It would be good to review all the things that have happened this week, one by one. First, there was the friend who turned out to be a monster. I thought it was... Right, from the ferocious intensity that Alice's friend displayed, I was positive it was a berserker. Next, Alice erected a reality marble in the arena. It was a reality marble so large it blanketed half the arena, but it had the ability to... That's right, Alice proclaimed that inside of it people would forget their names. Then they'd forget they existed entirely. It was scary. However, if I was to believe that the monster was her servant, then the Alices would be twin masters. According to the rules established by the Holy Grail, there can only be one master per servant. So then, how could there be two Alices and a summoned monster? The answer to that puzzle is... the monster's the master. Toko Ozaki pointed out to me that the berserkers are incapable of using reality marbles. Then while I was researching in the library, Alice herself said that the Jabberwock wasn't her servant. Here's my thought. It's all the same thing. The Jabberwock, the reality marble, they're part of the noble phantasm created by the other Alice. And then... there's the fact that Alice's very essence seems to mingle with her servants. Alice's servant cannot exist without Alice's dreams, and Alice can't live without her servant. Which makes sense, she's been dead, probably a long time. Alice is stuck in a dream, always trying to grant her own last wishes. Alice's servant's identity is best described as a channel through which Alice's dreams manifest. Okay. Yeah, we should be fine. First floor, right. You'll now enter the Colosseum and confront the opposing master. Are you ready? Remember that the only way to leave the Colosseum is to win. If you're ready, I will open the gate. The way the Colosseum is open, yeah. Wish you the best of luck and hope you return. Remember, it's kill or be killed. Yay, playtime again. What do you want to play today? Hide and seek, tag, or play house? Alice wants to play house because there's a mommy and daddy. Okay, Alice gets to be the daddy, and Alice gets to be the mommy. Yeah, Alice gets to be the mommy, and Alice gets to be the daddy. What about Mr.? Mr. gets to be a bad guy. A bad guy? A bad guy. A mean person who's got evil plots. Someone who doesn't want Alice and Alice to live happily ever after, forever and ever? That's what I think. A bad person is going to get in our way and ruin everything. No, I don't want to have anything in the way. I don't want to say bye to happiness. What should we do? The Queen say off over their heads to bad people. Wouldn't that hurt them? Nuh-uh, because it's all pretend. You're smart. Everything's okay since it's just pretend. And if it doesn't work the first time, we can play hospital. Let's talk about fun things. Don't get in the way. I'm not talking to you right now, mister. Yep, Alice is talking to Alice right now. That's right, Alice only talks to Alice. I thought you were the same as us. The exact same as us. I thought Alice wasn't going to be lonely anymore. If you don't like me, then I don't need you, mister. Alice is the only one Alice needs. The only Alice for Alice. You're not my Alice, mister. I don't need you anymore, mister. You're in the way now. Big girls deciding matters on their own. Still, I always enjoy watching their harmonious accord. I can't help but feel sorry for them. Their brilliance is but the sparkle of dreams escaping a corpse. Well, if you want to play with us, then just this one time I'll play with you, mister. You're so nice, Alice. Then Alice will play with the mister too. Let's have lots of fun. Don't run away again, okay? Alice doesn't like getting hurt either. Yes, Alice knows all about being hurt and lonely. Alice hates it so much. But Alice doesn't remember what being hurt was like because that was a long time ago. That's because it's been forever since Alice hurt all the time. Well, Alice doesn't really know about the hurty feelings anymore. You understand that, mister, don't you? Because you're a lot like Alice. See? So even though you're not only Alice for Alice, we have fun together today, mister. God, trying to read this is a pain sometimes. The elevator vibrates to a halt. We're there. Alice wants to thank you for playing lots and lots this week. Alice had so much fun. Uh-huh. We haven't had so much fun in a long, long time. Alice is happy and says thank you too. But we're all done playing with you now, mister. Alice wants to play with just Alice now. I don't need you anymore, mister. I'm gonna miss you, but it's time to say bye-bye. What do we say next? You forgot already? It goes like this. Now good Tom Thumb, your work is done, the tale is at its end. May dreams of dark embrace your heart, night's curtain does it descend. With great mirth I'll cut off your head, from life from your body rend. Indeed, all tales must end. Master, you're a sweet person. I know you've grown attached to these girls somewhat, but life rests on the precipice of death. Shall we make that final tension even more exquisite? You're doing a code capture right at the beginning. So what are they doing? Looking at their things. I don't have very much for what they're doing. Physical. They're doing a break, so do that. Do that. Damn. Ow! Fuck, that hurt. Okay. Oh, come on! That went off before the heal? Okay, at least I get a retry immediately. Just buff herself up. Yeah.
さあ踊ってもらうぞ。追いかけたくなっちゃうよね、ウサギとか。さてさて、
Oh, this one went much better. Huh? We're disappearing? Oh, it's over already? Servant Alice firmly grasps Master Alice's hand. They cling to each other, their voices plaintive. Alice was alone for so long, nobody noticed me. I had no home and I was sad for a long, long time. Then Alice found Alice to belong to, and we were so happy we even had a home. That was all we needed, forever and ever, just like this. That was all we needed. Why does it gotta end? Why did they take our happiness away? Shh, it's okay. Alice gives a small smile. Alice already knew that everything would go bye-bye. I don't remember very well, but I am probably already dead. My body isn't in that hospital anymore. Alice is like a box with nothing inside of it. There wasn't ever anything there since the beginning. Yep, even back at the hospital, there was no Alice left inside Alice. No one noticed Alice. I was alone. It hurt. No one treated Alice like a person. It was the same after Alice came to Wonderland too. Alice was so alone. That's why I know that my home here and my Alice will all go far away soon. But mister, you cared about Alice, didn't you? Uh-huh, you always paid attention to Alice, mister. It's because you like Alice, mister. Except you have a real place to go home to somewhere. Thank you, Alice, for being my friend, for always, always being with me. And thank you, mister, for seeing Alice, for playing with Alice. I really wanted to play a little more, but bye-bye. With a sound like the crumbling of sugar, Alice glitters for a moment. And then she's gone. I am a reflection. This time I was Alice in the looking glass. Even if I'm summoned in the next war, I won't be the Alice I am now. I'm always someone's fanciful creation. The real Alice is a mystery, but being Alice's servant made me happy. Right before she crumbles away, a single drop falls from her eye. Why am I crying? When I know that even if I cry, I'll never be the real thing. The licorice girl chases after her sweet master. I should be used to the harsh rules of the Holy Grail War by now, but I can't desensitize myself. If this is natural, then this system is twisted at its core. And so the girl disappeared. I didn't wish for her to die. I didn't wish for anything, but I still led her to her death. This is the third death I've caused. The rules of the Holy Grail War demand that I kill. But that girl will never see another day because of me. The guilt weighs heavily on my soul. You're lamenting over the death of your opponent. A warm, caring voice breaks through my gloom. The loss of life is a sad affair, especially if it's a consequence of the ruthlessness of war. Ruthlessness? I think pointlessness would be more accurate. Point taken. However, you fight because you have no other choice. You kill or die. You either kill or die. There's no mercy to be found in war, and the sadness of causing death is still there. But humanity dreams of the Holy Grail's power. They entrust their hopes to a higher power. They do this because they know that they aren't capable of doing what is best for all. More so than death, this fact is what saddens me the most, said Leo. That's really pathetic. People who can't save themselves and us who are already damned. Those words ring of someone who sees themselves as a savior in a world of chaos. Wait before you pass judgment. I was born and raised to be king of the world. I'll remember your grief and her pain so that one day none will have to die for nothing. I have joined this battle in order to end the world cycle of suffering and deprivation. Once control is restored, I can put an end to the conflicts brought by the scarcity and want. Isn't that what you desire, for your grief and her death to have meaning? In a perfect society, all people must be equal. To save the world, there must be an equilibrium. Though his ideas are poison, there is a seductiveness to his words that is hard to ignore. Or maybe his ideas are what is needed to heal a fractured world. The boy's oddly comforting voice lifts my spirits, which sunk after Alice's death. What a way to comfort someone. This person's totally clueless. Being bombastic helps nothing. Suddenly forcing her way into the conversation was none other than Reen. An unrestrained hatred in her voice perfectly matches the animosity of her expression. I've heard your little spiel. It's what I'd expect from a plutocratic Haraway family. I care about all. I wish nothing more than to see the world where everyone has their place. And of course that place is under your rule, with you deciding who lives and who dies, correct? Your world is a place where you alone decide whether a child is to be fed or left to starve. Where a person's entire life is dictated by the whims of the Haraway family's desires. However, you are not a god. If you want to live as you do now forever, go ahead. I don't care. But as for me, I cannot and will not accept things as they currently are now. If you wish to build a country dominated by saints, fine. Just leave humanity out of it. So my information about you being a potential insurgent was correct after all, Miss Tosaka. You assume I don't understand your position in what you're wrong, but you need to realize that the efficient distribution of resources depends on proper management. I can assure you that my family has no plans to stockpile goods for financial gain. Once you see how we rule, you will understand our grand design for the well-being of humanity. I'm aware of the Haraway plan for prosperity. Everyone in their place, with no place for dissent. A paradise based on stasis and class immobility. No change and no hope for a better future. Stability at the expense of hope and joy. A world where people don't live, only merely exist. Mock anyone who chooses that path. Living as merely one of the flock doesn't appeal to me. Miss Tosaka, that is because you have an inherent strength that the masses lack. Perhaps it is good to feel that you're in a fight to preserve your very existence. However, would you wish for all of mankind to be suddenly given the same strength? I mean, that is to say... Of course you wouldn't. You're all too aware of your selflessness and your pride. Because of that, you could not share your pain with those who without the strength to bear it. I could, and would. I'm not as soft-hearted as you make me out to be. Is that so? You'll always help those in need. Your compassion will lead to your defeat. What did you just say? Joy is ephemeral. In order to save humanity, you must first be willing to let them die. The world needs a strong leader, Miss Tosaka. Once I gain the power of the Holy Grail, I will be the one true king, and my virtue will illuminate the darkness that engulfs the world. The European plutocrats control 30% of the world, and none have voiced their discontent. Opposition to our rule comes from the outside of the farm, to expand on your analogy a little. In short, either join the flock or be slaughtered. Our current view is that the populations of the Asian region are expendable. Of course, we have plans to integrate the region should they choose to support our aims. And to think we agree on something. Okay, I understand perfectly now. What exactly do you understand? That I was right in entering the Holy Grail War this time around. So, Leonard Bastario Haraway, heir to the head of the plutocratic Haraway family, I swear to you that I will crush your delusions of genocide and a despotic rule. To be perfectly clear, you intend to kill me. Seeing as I seriously doubt that anything short of taking your life would stop you, yes. I see. I have faith that someone of your intellect will understand one day. Or maybe you already do. Talk about stubborn, I can't fault your dedication to your megalomaniacal delusions, though. Reen's open declaration of war. I don't think it'll escalate hostilities the way it did with Julius. Leo has chosen his path and she has done so as well. Their battle will be fought within the Holy Grail War. One will win, the other will die. And those two will eventually disappear. Only I, who has nothing, will remain. Leo's plans, Reen's determination. I have nothing to fight for, yet I continue to fight and kill. Unlike the real world, I can feel the weight of this virtual world press down on me. Even so... Of course, it's not that simple. There's no time, and it will all end when the 4th round begins. I can't lie to myself any longer. I cannot continue knowing it's all for nothing. I'm worth something. I have to fight on. If my opponents must die so I can live, so be it. I have nothing to base that assertion on. Right now I have nothing. I am nothing. That's why I need to find a reason for all this. Any reason, even if it's a bad one. Just as long as it's nothing to be ashamed of when the time comes to face my opponents. Maxwell's Demon Maiden's Empire Queen's Glass game. Well, I don't even remember what her MP was called in FGO. Yeah, don't worry, Alice. You already showed up for me 6 fucking times, so yeah. Well, Nursery Rhyme, whatever. Yeah, true name, Nursery. Okay, I didn't pay attention. It did say her name is Nursery Rhyme now. A story without end. A childlike finger returns to the first line. A tiny hand reaches out for the second volume, as long as the reader denies reality. I will change. I have changed. I am you while you are me. I'm going to change. I will have changed. I am you and you are me. This is the ability to merge one's own body with the body parts of others. The higher the ranking of the skill, the further away one becomes from being considered a true hero. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That kind of stuff doesn't matter at all. Whatever you say needs to be done. I will do as you order me to. Nursery Rhyme is a child's refrain. Tom Thumb's charming picture book. The first glimpse of Mother Goose's awakening. The sorrowful me and the lonely you. Your final wish. Let's make it true. Nursery Rhyme is not a hero in the traditional sense. Rather, is a general term for any picture book that has managed to manifest itself in a corporeal existence. The genre itself, deeply loved by children of England, came to being as a reaction to the half-voiced dreams of the young and eventually emerged as a servant who became the champion of the innocent. It formed the foundation for perhaps the best-known work for the author known as Lewis Carroll. His book Alice in Wonderland began as a series of simple rhymes told to the daughters of a family friend while rowing down the River Thames on a warm summer's day. The servant nursery rhyme is actually a type of reality marvel. It projects the true feelings of its master and creates a pseudo-servant in the form of an imagined by the one who summoned it.